Here we will see root window in Tkinter. To display graphical output, we need the space on the screen, and this space is initially allocated to every GUI program, which is called top level window or root window. This root window is the highest level of GUI component in any Tkinter application. We will get this root window by creating an object of Tk class from the Tkinter. General syntax for defining it: first we have to import the Tk class from Tkinter, so we'll use import Tkinter as Tk. Then we'll create the instance of the Tkinter Tk class as root equal to tk.tk. And then we'll give root.main loop, which is the infinite loop used to run the application infinitely. For example, to get this window with Tkinter, first we'll import the Tkinter class as import Tkinter as tk. Then we'll create instance of the tk class as root equal to tk.tk, and then we'll use root.main loop to create infinite loop that is used to run the application infinitely, and it will wait for an event such as closing the application to stop the loop. When we execute this, it will give the output as main window with default title Tk and with 3 buttons: minimize, maximize and close. Common methods that are used for the root window in Tkinter are: first, initialization and main loop. For this we'll use 2 methods. One is tk.tk, which creates the main window of the application. It is essential to create this root window before you add any other widgets. And root.main loop, which starts the Tkinter event loop, which listens the user interaction and keeps the application running until it is closed. Then different window configuration methods are: root.title with window title as a parameter. It will set the title of the window that will appear in the title bar. Then root.geometry, which is used to set the size and position of the window. It will work with the parameters width into height plus x plus y. For example, if we give 800 into 600 plus 100 plus 50, it will set the window width as 800 pixel, height as 600 pixel, and position the window to 100 pixels from the left and 50 pixels from the top of the screen. To configure the background color of the window, we will use root.configure with parameter bg equal to color. Then root.mean size with parameters width and height. It will set the minimum size of the window. Then root.max size with parameters width and height will set the maximum size of the window. Then root.resizable with parameters width equal to true and height equal to true will allow the window to be resizable or not. If we set it true, we can resize the window, and if we set to false, we can't resize the window. And root.override redirect with parameter true removes the Windows title bar, which create a frameless window. Then window manipulation methods: first, root.withdraw, which hides the main window. Then root.deiconify shows the main window after it has been hidden. And root.attributes with parameters topmost and true will force the window to stay on top of the other windows. And different other methods are: root.destroy, which closes the window and terminates the application. Then root.update, which will force the window to update its display, which is used for animation or real-time updates. Then root.bind, it will bind a window to a specific event like key press or mouse click to a function. Then root.place with parameters x and y will position the widget at the specified x and y coordinates within the window. And root.wait window will pause the current window until the specified window is closed. Then we'll execute this window configuration method with Jupyter Notebook. So first we'll import the Tkinter as import. So import Tkinter as tk. It will import the Tkinter class. Then we'll create object for the tk class as root equal to tk.tk, and we'll use main loop as root.main loop. And we execute this. It will create a window with default title as tk and with 3 buttons: minimize, maximize and close. To close, we'll use this close button. Then first we'll add the title for the window. For this we'll use root.title, and we'll set the title as first window. And we execute this. It will give the title first window to this. To check it, we'll resize it. It will give the title as first window to this window. Then we'll set the width and height. To set the width and height, we'll use geometry. So root.geometry with width as 100. We'll give it in quote. So width as 100 into height as 600 plus x position as 100. That is left position and top position as 50. and we execute this, it will create a window with width as 800 pixels, height as 600 pixels, left position is 100 and top position is 50. If we change these values, I'll give this 500, I'll give this 70 and we'll execute it. It will create a window with width 500 pixels, height with 600 pixels, position from the left of the screen is 100 and position from the top of the screen is 70. Then we'll set color of the frame with configure. So root dot configure with background color equal to blue, and we execute this. It will create a window with background color blue. If I give here red and if I execute, it will create a window with red color. Then we'll set the minimum size with root dot min size with width as 300 and height as 400, and we'll execute this. It will create a window with given geometry. Since we have set the minimum size, we can resize this window. Here we have given the minimum size as 300 and 400, that is the width will be 300. If we resize this window, you can't resize the width below 300 pixel, and similarly if you want to resize the height, you can't resize it below 400. That is, once you have set the minimum size, you can't resize the window below this size. Then we'll set maximum size. So root dot max size 400, 500. We'll comment this minimum size and we execute it. You can't resize the width above 400 pixels, but you can minimize it. Similarly, you can't resize the height above 500 pixels, but you can minimize the height below 500. Then we'll set resizable. So root dot resizable with width equal to true, height equal to true, and if we execute, we can resize the window with height and width. If I set width equal to false and if we execute, you can't resize the width, but you can resize the height since we have given height equal to true. If I set width equal to true and height equal to false, and if I execute, here you can resize the width, but you can't resize the height. Then we'll see override redirect. So root dot and we execute, it will display the window without title bar. So here we have seen the function root dot title to set the title, geometry to set the width and height and position from the left and top of the screen. Then to set the color we will use configure. To set the minimum size we will use min size function. To set the maximum size we will use max size function. To resize the width and height of the frame we will use resizable function, and to hide the title bar we will use override redirect function.